From the great city of Melbourne, welcome to the Australian Grand Prix.
Hill can push very hard. What a sensational scrap.
The accident, look, I think he lost his rear wing. No, Hakkinen got a problem.
And he hits Rubens Barrichello. Huge accident.
Brawn GP are winners on their first race appearance.
Raikkonen wins the first Grand Prix of the season.
It's going to be close to contact, and Fernando Alonso is spun round by Carlos Sainz. It's total chaos.
Now, that was a long hold, and again it's a good start from Villeneuve. Is he going to out-drag Damon Hill? Yes. And Alesi's up to 5th, right up alongside the Ferrari, where all go now as they come up towards turn 3, the soccer stadium. Damon Hill is 2nd, Irvine is 3rd again, and ahead of Michael Schumacher, so he's had a magnificent start the second time as he did the first. Villeneuve is already pulling away with a bit of a gap between himself and Damon Hill. Turn 14, 15, the next corner somebody will peel off, and it's race leader Jacques Villeneuve who peels off, and past him goes Damon Hill to take the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. The seconds are ticking away. Now there's a problem, and that is a dreadful stop for Villeneuve, because if Damon Hill comes in on the next lap, as we expect him to, and takes less than 17 seconds, he will certainly take the lead. And if he doesn't take less than 17 seconds, there will be something very wrong with the Williams procedures. Damon Hill just carefully driving in, looking for his pit crew and the jack in front, and he stops now perfectly. 17.6 seconds is his target. 17.6 seconds. The fuel is going in. The wheels have been changed. The nuts have been tightened.
Look at the different technique. Williams don't lower the car to the ground. Well, I'd have rather seen the end of Williams' pit stop than the Ligier. 13.5, it's a longer stop. It's a longer stop. This should let Villeneuve, let's have a look. We can see Hill comes out of the pit lane. Villeneuve comes up. It's going to be very, very close into the first corner.
And that Damon Hill takes the lead and stays ahead of Jacques Villeneuve. Well, you can't be much closer than that. And Villeneuve realises that now he's got to go for it, because Damon Hill's tyres are not as warm as Villeneuve's are. There's not a lot of difference in it, and Villeneuve fights and retakes the lead. Fantastic! Absolutely incredible! The gloves are off their teammates, and great mate, and off goes Villeneuve, and he gets on the course back in front of Hill, and he manages to block his teammate, because that was Damon's opportunity. He wasn't able to take it, but now Hill can push very hard indeed, and he's trying to take him on the outside. He nearly goes off on the inside of the corner. What a sensational scrap! And remember, this is for the lead between teammates. This is it. They're showing the slow board to Villeneuve. Is he going to ignore it? Is he going to be a good team man and obey it? And if he does, Damon Hill will go through and win.
Well, the fact is, at the moment, he is ignoring it. Certainly has done so far. Now, this is the crucial bit. No, he lets him through. Surely, yes. Jacques Villeneuve lets Damon Hill through. He concedes the lead.
Last lap of the Australian Grand Prix, which will be a double for Damon. He won in Adelaide last year by 2 laps, the last race in Adelaide, and he's going to win the first one in Melbourne convincingly to make it 2 on the trot, and Damon Hill crosses the line to win the Australian Grand Prix. Anyway, we'll soon know.
And there's an arm up. Somebody's got an arm up. I think it's that smoking car. So yeah. Start delay.
Start delay. There go the 3 yellow lights, and it is Johnny Herbert Stewart. It's Johnny Herbert Stewart. Out comes the steering wheel. Out comes Johnny Herbert. Smoke pouring out of the back of the car. And the other Stewart. That's Rubens Barrichello. Well, this is appalling for the Stewart team after they've done so brilliantly well in practicing.
Hakkinen is stuck on the line. He's away now, so he's not at the back. Hakkinen, I believe, can rejoin his pole position. And it's Schumacher. No, it's Schumacher. Also stalled. These cars are so hot. Now he has got to start at the back of the grid.
Frentzen as Mika Häkkinen leads.
Well, this is the accident. Look, I think he lost his rear wing because that's not a driving error, and that was a big scare for Villeneuve, just minding his own business, flat out, 175, 180 miles an hour, and boom, the rear wing goes. Häkkinen's got a lot of work to do with the Ferrari climbing all over his rear wing as they head into the pit straight. Häkkinen slow away. Häkkinen very slow away. And what's happening? They're waiting for a green flag, I think, because they're hovering. And Irvine takes the lead. No, Häkkinen's got a problem.
Häkkinen's got a problem. Look, so amazing. He must have overheated because up into second place goes Ralf Schumacher. Ralf Schumacher in the Williams is second. Tarmac Frentzen is in third place. Ferrari leads, and Trulli is in fourth place. And
Frentzen, look, Frentzen taking second, and touched again. That's the front wing gone from the Benetton, and De La Rosa running wide. Barrichello having a second go, and he's got a problem too. Let me tell you what happened on the restart. Häkkinen didn't get away, and Irvine was smart enough to realise he mustn't pass until the start-finish line.
He's not closing up on his brother, and that's not for brotherly love reasons either. They respect each other.
That's a sick Ferrari. No, it's a puncture. Right rear puncture for Michael Schumacher. That's why he was dropping away. You heard it banging. I thought it was the engine gone, but now I can see it's a right rear puncture. Oh, that's going to be a job to get that back to the pits without tearing the car apart. Front wing damage. Has Michael been off the road somewhere? Almost certainly, I'd say, because that right rear puncture can't damage the front wing in any way, of course. So it looks like Michael's had a trip through the grass.
As Frentzen eases up on a cool, in-charge Eddie Irvine, particularly for the
Very
Irish.
cool, Eddie. It looks
he's down to
cool
the last corner. He's down to the last corner. It's going to be mighty, mighty close. But Eddie Irvine in the Ferrari just wins the Australian
Keep going, Eddie. The last there. That's it. Well done.
Fabulous. Eddie Irvine, look at Ferrari. Nigel Stepney, the chief mechanic there, is overjoyed. Of course, Ralf Schumacher. And I was wrong about Eddie. Up goes the visor, out comes the fist. Oh, well done, Eddie Irvine. Yes, you've done it. And Eddie Irvine has done it of his own volition and by right. He beat Michael Schumacher.
To the second place.
You know what's coming, don't you? Ready? You ready? Let's go! Fantastic start by one of the Benzos. Ralf Schumacher challenges Barrichello. Michael Schumacher's got a poor start, but Ralf is motoring into second place, and he hits Rubens Barrichello. Huge accident! Oh my goodness! Rubens' rear wing's off. There goes Ralf Schumacher. And I think I'm going to have to restart it. There's an absolute yes. And one of the Bennett's is on fire. That's Jenson Button.
And what you're going to see is Rubens coming over to take the line, and he pulls. Yes, in fact, it was Rubens. He'd moved over to the right-hand side of the grid and started to decelerate for turn one, and just completely caught Ralf out. Ralf clearly nowhere near getting on the brakes, and just reared straight up the back, and around goes the Ferrari through the air. Luckily, comes down nose first for Ralf, and he has a fairly harmless tag with the wall. And there is Michael coming across the gravel. Coulthard in the lead of the race then. And then just carnage behind as everybody jumps on the brakes, and cold tyres, cold brakes, a lot of inertia, full tanks of fuel. You just can't slow them down. What a mess.
Safety car is on the circuit. Maybe they're going to try and run it behind the safety car while they clear the mess, which will certainly play into the hands of David Coulthard and Michael Schumacher.
Safety car deployed. Well, that amazes me, I have to say, with so much debris. And look, there were a lot of cars coming up the inside. They cut across the grass. Here we see then onboard Ralf, and just connects, look, and oh, so nearly that flipped over backwards, and he's a passenger just heading towards the inevitable scene of the accident.
It was a great start. A shame that I couldn't make use out of it. I mean, Rubens changed the direction twice too much. That was the main problem about it. He was braking a fraction too early, but that is down to his decision when to brake. I don't want to say anything about that.
It's if I wasn't there, he wouldn't have made the corner. That's as simple as that.
You know, it's another racing incident. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose. He just tried to defend his position without thinking what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's silly. I mean, we were going to be first and second out of the corner. For me, I kept my place. He would have gained a position, so that's just silly.
had some manners put on him by Kubica, but he comes round the outside. He's also gone round Alonso. Stunning start by Lewis Hamilton up into third place. Raikkonen pulls away. Heidfeld's after him. Alonso now has to get past Hamilton. What an amazingly composed start by Lewis Hamilton.
And this is where Lewis Hamilton switched to the outside, and as Alonso was watching Heidfeld, Hamilton just seized the initiative around the outside of turn 1 and was on his way.
It was within a cigarette paper of hitting the rear wing of Heidfeld. Just look how close Hamilton's front wing comes to Heidfeld's rear wheel. Hamilton has crossed the line. There he is. A wonderful podium for the new rising star of British motorsport. So much to be proud of there.
I'm overwhelmed and ecstatic, and really to come across the line in third. It's a great start for me, great start for the team. We've got some good points in the bag, and I'm looking forward to the next race.
Way in Melbourne for 2009, it's Jenson Button, an awful start there by Rubens Barrichello. Jenson Button streaks forward, Vettel's there as well. Vettel's trying to come through on the outside as well. Rosberg's up in close attendance as well, up into third place. Or there is actually Kubica's come back as well. Dreadful start for Rubens Barrichello. There's all sorts of mayhem at the first corner, but Jenson Button is away.
And here we go then with a replay. There's the squeeze. Heidfeld, Mark Webber, who then hits Kovalainen, and Alonso I think was in there too. And more contact further back with the Toro Rossos. This is from on board Rubens Barrichello, and well, the system just didn't work. He got brave when it was him that started it off. So it was Barrichello getting in to the side of Mark Webber, and Rubens doing all of the damage and getting away with it. He was the one who emerged from this carnage. 7 or 8 cars caught up in that. I think Piquet's spotted now where Hamilton's got the extra speed. Look at that, slipstream curves, and that's what we were hoping to see. Whether it means anything or not is another matter, but that's what Kurz is about. So difficult to overtake into that first corner, but he's done it. Look, he's just pushed his way through, and that was great driving from Rosberg, responding immediately then to the hurry-up that he had. And will Barrichello have a slither up the inside of turn 3 now? And he's trying, and he's slightly out of control, and he's going to whack the Ferrari. He lost the back of the car, and he's lost the corner of his front wing. That might not do too much damage. It was the bit that was hanging off anyway. So Rubens Barrichello wants to fight with everybody today.
Nakajima's had a big moment there. That's at turn 3 and 4. Nakajima into the wall.
Here we go. This is turn 3 then with Nakajima, who is rather accident prone, it has to be said. And what's he going to do? I don't think that was his fault. Where do you brake for the first corner when you don't know how much grip you're going to have when you get there? Very cautiously they go in there. They're still trying to warm their tyres.
Rosberg going through on the inside there, on the inside there of Piquet, and Piquet's got off then. Rosberg sized him up on the inside, trying to come through. Piquet lost it. Did they touch? Didn't quite see, but Rosberg seemed to have him on the inside then as they came down.
Rosberg hasn't got any grip from those super soft tyres, truly on the hard. Button is making it work up front. Rosberg's car won't, and he has no ability to slow the car down or accelerate it. Hamilton through then, and that is up into 7th place. Oh, he's braked early. He's braked very early. There's going to be contact there, surely.
Oh, yes, there is. There goes Kubica, and there goes Vettel. That's the last thing they needed to do. Vettel's lost his front wing, and Jenson Button will be romping clear now. That's the last thing they needed. You are spot on. There was contact, and there's problems, big problems. Oh, there's Vettel.
That's...
And it's Kubica gone as well.
Yeah, damaged right front, left front, and that's fallen off. So safety car will be instantly deployed. And Jenson Button, surely, is the victor of this Grand Prix. He's fighting a car that's on better tyres than him. I don't think he's got a huge amount to be sorry for right there, frankly. Kubica is about to head off to a big accident in turn 5 as well.
Jenson Button's a winner again. Brawn GP are winners on their first race appearance, and not only that, it's a 1-2 finish. Button from Barrichello. The smiles are on Ross Brawn. What a result, and history too.
Sensational job, Jenson. Fantastic. Well done. You deserve it.
That means masses, doesn't it? Remember 2006 Hungary, this is going to mean so much more. Everything just seemed to have gone away from him. Formula One career, team, it just seemed to have all gone horribly wrong. Remember Australia 2000 when he made his debut for Williams? And now here it is, 9 years later, he's a winner, he's on the top step.
And it's away we go. Sebastian Vettel gets a decent start. Massa flying behind Mark Webber. Lewis Hamilton covers off Fernando Alonso. As into turn one we go now. Nico Rosberg on the inside challenges Alonso. Vettel is clear of any trouble. Massa up to second place. And going off onto the grass there is Daniel Ricciardo in the Toro Rosso. Vettel streaming away. Hamilton under pressure from Alonso as down into turn three we go. Hamilton with the inside line. Massa is sandwiched in between his teammate and Hamilton, but still manages to get into second place as through to turn four they travel. And Kimi Raikkonen through on Lewis Hamilton, so Raikkonen moves up into fourth place. And that's how Kimi Raikkonen got close to Adrian Sutil, but plenty of daylight between them, no contact whatsoever. And Raikkonen into the lead, but now watching Fernando Alonso chasing. It's the checkered flag coming out for Kimi Raikkonen here in Australia. Raikkonen wins the first Grand Prix of the season and starts off with absolute perfection. It's lights out and away we go. Hamilton gets away very well indeed. Sebastian Vettel has to cover off Valtteri Bottas. Verstappen's already challenging Kimi Raikkonen into turn one. The first two, so Hamilton and Vettel go through unscathed. Then comes Bottas and Raikkonen just ahead of Verstappen. A bit clumsy, it looked like Verstappen Van Dorn towards the rear there in the McLaren. But Hamilton into turn three we go now. Felipe Massa challenging on Max Verstappen, and it looks like as well that places have been lost for Romain Grosjean, and going off the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson and Kevin Magnussen in the Haas down at turn three. Sebastian Vettel comes in to stop now. Lewis Hamilton is at the penultimate corner behind Max Verstappen. He's now coming around the final corner, Lewis Hamilton, and there you can see him in the background. So Kimi Raikkonen goes through. Sebastian Vettel's going to come out, and guess what? Sebastian Vettel now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton behind Verstappen, and we've got Vettel, Verstappen, Hamilton, and this the battle for third, fourth and fifth, but could well be the battle for the win.
But what's Verstappen going to try and do? Is he going to try and go around the outside? He's got his wheels on the dirt, gets away with it.
Well, here he comes, just a few more corners to go for the man who had two winless seasons in the last 3 years in Formula One, the man who was frustrated last season, the man who can see the crowd now rise to acclaim him, because Sebastian Vettel starts off 2017 by winning the Australian Grand Prix. Ferrari on top, down under.
For now, I think we're just over the moon. We're just happy. I think it's been, as I said, hard winter and incredible race today.
It's 2 laps to sort out who wins this one. Immediately Verstappen is chopping ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who will try and edge out Fernando Alonso. It's as he were from the top three. It's going to be close to contact, and Fernando Alonso is spun round by Carlos Sainz. Perez is off the road. It's Max Verstappen with the lead. Then it's Hamilton, and there's a crash at the back of the field. Into the wall goes Gasly, and it's absolute chaos on the restart. Oh, it's deep. He's deep. Stroll into the corner. It's total chaos. Here is the third start of the Grand Prix.
Oh, we've seen it before and it's been okay, but this was chaos. Alonso gets a good start, is running with Hamilton. Look behind, it's actually Sainz and Gasly that are side by side. Sainz goes in hard with Gasly, and Gasly goes in deep enough himself. Sainz tips Alonso into the spin. Then you've got your two Alpines that must come to blows themselves then afterwards. It's, in fact, Gasly almost rear ends Alonso. They both dragged each other in deep, and it's Sainz that's tagged Alonso. Then the two Alpines come together on the exit of 2. Perez out wide and goes through the gravel as well. In all of it, he's still, I think he's still in the top 10.
Big impact into the wall for the two Alpines.